Funding Tics, one of the largest futures prop firms in the entire world, just announced that they are shutting down.
I didn't think it would be FundingTicks that was shut down.
I'm Khaled, I'm 31 years old, and I'm a trader. I started funding pips roughly 4 years ago. Started purely out of passion. We wanted to help traders. We had a small community and we were finding solutions for the traders. And also I'm a trader myself too, so I know the struggle of actually getting that access to opportunity out there. So I wanted to empower our traders and it grew into something meaningfully big. The problem we saw in the trading space back then was the ease of access, the ease of getting the opportunity as well, and the transparency behind the treatment. And we saw a gap in the fact that there weren't many traders building for traders as well too. So because I always say it, if you're not a trader, you can never build for traders because you don't understand the struggle, the pain, and the frustration of the journey itself too, right? So with that, actually we came in, we solved so many different problems out there. We actually introduced and innovated in the space. We introduced different models. We introduced a whole new payout cycle back then. Even the way we progressed our operations back then and the way we dealt with our traders was completely unique. Back then, whatever you do in phase 1, phase 2, or the master account, you'll see the result of that on your payout, because your payout will most probably end up being rejected. We came in and just like, no, whatever you do in phase 1 and phase 2, that's separate. You have an in-review phase between that and you getting your own funded account. And then we had a policy, which is like my own personal policy, 0 payouts denied. If a trader requests a payout, it needs to be processed, regardless of whatever that trader is legit, that trader is arbitrage his way in, whatever. The reverse traded with this firm and that firm and whatever behavioral tendencies whatsoever, if somebody who's a trader requested a payout, it needs to be processed, regardless of anything else. Funding Pips is more of my daughter, my little baby, I built that company brick by brick. I've been inside that community ever since we're like 40 people on that Discord server. It's now plus 210,000 members, It's like one of the biggest actually out there. So Pips and I, it is a business, but it is a business built with passion too, because it was our way of giving to our community. And because Pips is purely a prop firm built by community too, built by traders for traders. Is not me just as a trader, but also it's always what is driven on feedback, where we get like from the community, if it's sustainable for both of us, we implement it, we don't mind. And that's how it grew that much actually, is through traders, through our own community. So there is always that connectivity and the bond between me and the firm, between me and my team in there, between me and my traders and Pips too. Up till now, I go to the community, to Discord, and every day I chat with them, I talk to them, it's like, do this, do that, some advices from here on trading, some feedback on the service itself. We recently launched a really cool feature out there, which is like, you request your payout, it's on a beta launch. You request your payout, boom, is processed. Boom, it's in your crypto or in Rise or whatever. It's in your account. Done. Within minutes, seconds actually. It's all of that based on feedback. And again, if you're not a trader, you cannot build for traders because you want to provide the best out there. And the way to provide the best out there is like if you've gone through that frustration and that pain and the whole journey as a trader too. And that comes often from the way you communicate with your traders as well too, which if you're not a trader, you cannot relate. How can I talk to someone about trading and relate to someone about trading who's not a trader? You can still build cool products, you can still build massive companies out there. Success depends at the end of the day on too many different variations and factors too, right? So I'm not here sitting as a judge. To build something really cool out there, for traders, you need to be a trader, which is always sometimes is tough because you as a trader, you're more lenient with your services compared to the others who are not traders. They're much more harsher than you. But again, you give something, you get something in return. I purely believe in that. The idea of Funding Tics first came about through our R&D team, research and development team. They wanted to expand the market. They wanted to explore new opportunities for the group. It's like, we want to get in the future space. Technically, it's not really my field. I didn't come from there. And I'm just like, cool, if you know how to do that, if you're sure about how to do that, here's the capital. We allocated a certain amount of money. We injected the capital, and I was like, okay, start. Yeah, we didn't run Funding Tics because it had its own specific team. It was the founding team, the team who built it originally. That was the team actually running Funding Tics. For us, we're just like so busy and isolated with Pips, you know. The size comparison is wide too, it's too big. So Pips requires much more resources and attention on a daily basis too, due to the size. So, and Pips is our actual expertise. So my involvement in the group in general, I am the chairman and the CEO of the group. You know, I run Funding Pips completely from A to Z, involved in daily operations. I'm not so involved as before because I have 300 employees, but still on a daily basis, my eyes are everywhere and I'm running from department to another department, just jumping between departments, especially when it comes to marketing, when it comes to operations, when it comes to legal, compliance, finance, and all of that, just like making sure everything hands-on, moving in a certain smooth, efficient direction. And in Funding Tics specifically, I had the capital injection and advisory role, but I wasn't that much present over there too, because still I had a bigger fish to fry. Ever since I decided to wind down, actually, it was a strategic decision for the group to do so, and it was running perfectly smooth. The decision came from the resources. It was such a small entity which required almost all of our resources in the group, and which is something we cannot allocate. And at the same time, I cannot keep traders hanging while I'm trying to figure out that there. So I saw it's actually better to be respectful and treat everyone respectfully and with fairness. Because again, I'm a trader too. You know, coming back to Funding Tics again, it's a smaller entity. And again, it was a strategic decision because simply we cannot just allocate all of our resources in the group towards a smaller entity while our main entity out there and our main business has millions of users. And in the size comparison, it's like talking about like a couple thousand active users and a couple millions active users. There's a huge weight out there, and even we felt the impact of that internally because over the past few months we were barely focusing on anything but this small entity because the technology out there is not so efficient nor optimal, and any bug or whatsoever creates a whole snowball effect. And that snowball effect flips from or starts from a traders, support, operations, development. So you have your development team stuck there, solving bugs, instead of building further. You had your operations team stuck there, solving problems, because you'll have loads of edge cases, since of the sort of API limitations and restrictions from tech providers and whatsoever. You have support, who is being flooded by hundreds and sometimes thousands of tickets a day and live chats. And that will totally disrupt the user experience over there. So strategically, resource-wise, it wasn't optimal for us to just allocate everything and put it there while we have a bigger fish to fry. We didn't see that as a wise move. The wind down. Of course, it wasn't an easy decision. Nothing comes easy. It's like such a decision is a really sensitive decision. When you're in such a position, in a leadership position, you need to constantly remind yourself that it's not about you. You need to drop your ego and pride and put them on the side and shove them completely outside the window, because it's about the greater good, the people you serve, whether they're your employees or the community or your traders too, correct? And it was a decision whether do I really want to allocate all of this, put it here, and jeopardize the service quality over there. I was not. So with that comes how to wind down a business properly, since again, when it comes to prop firms, you don't have no manual or case studies on how to operate a business successfully, nor how to close a business successfully. You always had examples of firms doing whatever out there, and firms just, they wind down on zero communication, 0 pennies paid, or just a statement and out there, and so on. So it's just like, for us, how can we do that in the most respectful and fair manner? And at the same time, you don't want this to be overflooded. You don't want your support to be overflooded. You want to do it in the most optimal and efficient way. At the same time, maintaining respect, fairness to traders out there. It was that day I figured out how to do it in a respectful manner. And it was that day I was talking to the community, actually. And they were like, yeah, we would rather you focus on this rather than this. We need you here. Okay, if it happens and I wind down this business, I'll refund everybody. Doesn't matter whether you're in profit, you're in drawdown, evaluation, master, you're gonna get a refund. That's done. If you have a payout, it's sorted. If you have a profit in your account and it's reached the profit target and met your trading objective, you're gonna have a split over there. If you're in life account, you're gonna get your profit split, and you're gonna get a split of the life allocation you're trading for us. If you're still pending to transition from sim to life, we'll still give you a split of that life balance you're about to trade. I tried my best to treat everyone respectfully and in a fair way. And surprisingly, by that, we actually set a standard to how wind down an operation of a business. What was there previous, it's a disaster. It's a catastrophe, because you just like, they wind down, disappear. Well, in this case, no. We wind down, still we had Discord active, channel to communicate, support was still active, and still active till the end of January too. And surprisingly, we had 0 support tickets. Why? Because we designed everything in a way that you don't need to do anything. You don't need to seek informations. The FAQs were built properly to cover every single possible question a trader might have in mind. The app, we redesigned the app and we rebuilt the app just for this specific event, where you go there, you have a breakdown of every single account, every single transaction, and you have a full account statement. Your refunds, your payouts, and where are they going? We prioritize card first, they go back to your card, and whatever is remaining, you need to select a method for there. The crypto bank, whatsoever, whatever you select that, and then you press acknowledged. Once you press acknowledged, all of that starts rolling to you. So we really designed everything in a way to be not just fair and respectful, but also not to frustrate nobody too. So there was no backlash. Everyone was treated respectfully and with fairness. We didn't waste no one's time nor efforts. We respected everybody and we treated everyone as a whole too. The only way to get backlash is through you being unfair. Of course, you're gonna have some talk, but the majority were happy because we treated everyone respectfully again. Like, we paid everybody. Like, even things we were not supposed to pay, we paid it to, because that's the most appropriate way to wind down something. Usually like thousands of tickets or hundreds of tickets a day. We're really expected in such an event to have 0 tickets out there. Because again, that means that we did a good job with our communication design too. And that's a good learning lesson for us that we took from there, which we will apply everywhere. What I personally learned from Funding Tics as a brand is to never underestimate a business, to always put in the proper resources in such a business, and to always be present and on top of a business. Those are the most crucial things that we learn. What's next for the group in general, you already see on the internet. We're not sleeping too. We're running maximum speed. Because again, we've been accelerating, you know, and now it's just like, it's running on its own and we're pushing harder too. You know, we're focusing heavily on the user experience. And we're gonna push this year super hard out there. It's like we're relentless as well too. When I say running, we're not just sitting around, we're just running high speed. We just recently achieved a huge milestone too. Our traders earned plus $200 million US with Funding Pips. And such milestones that they keep us running and want us to achieve more. And this comes down to our strategic decision to mainly focus on this. And you can see already on the internet what's happening on Funding Pips too. You have your payouts rolling out in seconds, a minute, couple minutes, which never happened before. And still, more and more, this year our focus is 100% on the user experience. We're gonna provide more tools, the opportunity, empower more traders, reach out to more traders as well too, and give them the opportunity to scale properly. And we're gonna help them scale properly in their trading careers too. That's always been our goal too, making trading accessible to everybody. And that's again, the decision to mainly focus on that, like to provide the most value to our traders. And all I can tell you, just 2026 is holding loads of beautiful features, tools, surprises as well too, and growth opportunities for our traders. It's just a beginning of a beautiful new chapter where all of the lessons we learned over the past 4 to 5 years are materializing into actual direction. Stay tuned. Wayond.